Your dog is sitting in the living room, completely relaxed, maybe even half asleep, and then suddenly their head snaps up, their ears perk forward, their eyes lock onto the corner of the room. The empty corner. Nothing there, no sound you can hear, no shadow, no movement, just a wall. And your dog stares at it like something is standing right there, staring back. You've felt this before. That little chill down your spine, that moment where you actually wonder, wait, does my dog see something I can't? Is there something in my house? Is my dog sensing a ghost? Here's the truth. Your dog is not crazy. Your dog is not broken. And no, your house is probably not haunted. What's actually happening in that moment is far more incredible than anything supernatural. Because what your dog can see, hear, and sense in that empty corner is very real. You just don't have the biology to perceive it. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what's going on inside your dog's mind when they do this. You're going to see the science behind it. And honestly, you're never going to look at your dog the same way again. Let me start by telling you something that changed how I think about dogs forever. We humans like to believe we experience the full world. We see colors, hear sounds, smell things, and assume that's reality. But here's the thing. Our version of reality is incredibly limited. We only see a tiny sliver of the electromagnetic spectrum. We only hear a small range of sound frequencies. Our noses are, frankly, embarrassingly weak compared to most animals on this planet. But your dog lives in a completely different sensory universe. And once you understand that, their strange behavior suddenly makes perfect sense. Let's talk about hearing first, because this is where it gets really interesting. The average human can hear sounds up to about 20,000 hertz. That's our upper limit. Anything above that frequency, silence to us. But dogs can hear sounds up to 65,000 hertz. Some breeds even higher. That means there is an entire world of sound happening around you right now, in your home, in that corner your dog is staring at, that you are completely deaf to. Think about that for a moment. Mice moving inside walls, insects crawling behind baseboards, electrical frequencies humming from wires buried in the drywall, the high-pitched whine of LED lights that you don't even notice. Your dog hears all of it, every single sound. And when they suddenly stare at that corner, they're not imagining things. They're hearing something real, something you will never hear no matter how hard you try. Now, this is the part most people never realize. Your dog isn't just hearing these sounds passively, they're analyzing them. Dogs have 18 muscles in their ears compared to our 6. They can rotate, tilt, and raise their ears independently to pinpoint exactly where a sound is coming from. When your dog locks onto that corner with laser focus, their ears are doing something your ears physically cannot do. They're triangulating the source of a sound invisible to you. A 2012 study from the University of Budapest confirmed that dogs can detect sounds at 4 times the distance humans can. 4 times. So that faint scratching in the attic you won't hear until it becomes a full infestation, your dog heard it 3 weeks ago. That rodent moving through the walls of your neighbor's house, your dog knows it's there. It's not paranormal, it's not a sixth sense, it's biology, incredible, humbling, almost unfair biology. But stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you changes everything. Hearing is only part of the story. Let's talk about what your dog sees. You've probably heard that dogs are colorblind, and that's partially true. They see fewer colors than we do. Their world is mostly blues, yellows, and grays. But here's what most people get completely wrong. When it comes to detecting movement and seeing in low light, your dog's vision absolutely destroys yours. Dogs have something called a tapetum lucidum. It's a reflective layer behind their retinas that essentially gives them night vision. It bounces light back through their eyes a second time, allowing them to see in conditions where you would see nothing but darkness. That corner of your room that looks like pure shadow to you, your dog can see details there you cannot perceive. And it gets even more interesting. Dogs have a much higher flicker fusion rate than humans. That means their eyes process visual information faster. To your dog, things that appear still to you might actually be moving. Tiny vibrations in the wall, shadows shifting from a car passing by, dust particles floating through a beam of light. Your dog sees movement in places that look completely static to you. So when your dog stares at that empty corner, it might not be empty to them at all. There could be something moving there, something real, something physical, just something your slow human eyes cannot detect. Now here's where the science gets emotional, and I want you to really hear this part. Your dog is not trying to scare you. They're not being weird or dramatic. In that moment when they stare at the corner, their ancient wolf instincts are kicking in. For thousands of years, their ancestors survived by detecting the tiniest threats in their environment before those threats became dangerous. A sound that didn't belong, a movement that seemed wrong, a presence that needed to be identified. When your dog stares at that corner, they are protecting your territory. They're doing the job their DNA programmed them to do. And even if they're staring at nothing more than a mouse behind the drywall or a high-pitched electrical hum from a charging cable, in their mind, they are keeping you safe. Your dog is guarding you, even when you don't realize there's anything to guard against. Take a moment and think about how incredible that is, how loyal that is, how much your dog loves you without ever needing to say it. But here's where it gets really interesting, because hearing and vision are still not the whole story. Let's talk about smell. And honestly, this is the part that blows my mind the most.